Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are newly subscribed to the channel. In today's video I'm just going to be sort of giving you an update on what's going on with me at the moment. We are all in the same situation at the moment with what's going on in the world with Covid-19, so I just wanted to sort of jump on here very quickly, very briefly. I'm not going to be here too long, just to discuss what's going on with me at the moment and what's going to happen going forward. So as many of you may have noticed, I didn't post a video last week. I know that I usually regularly upload on a Sunday during the day, however there wasn't a video last week. So my last video was the race for Burley 7, which was the week before. I just basically wasn't in the headspace last week to film a video. I wasn't feeling it. I was feeling pretty down and a bit worried and anxious about what was going on in the world, and I really couldn't bring myself to film a video. However, I am in a much better headspace at the moment. Obviously things have not gone back to normal. We're still in the pandemic that is Covid-19. However, I do want to bring some normality back to my life, so I will be making sure that I get the videos out every Sunday going forward. So yeah. As far as an update is concerned, I'm fit and healthy. As far as I'm aware, don't have Covid-19. I'm not displaying any sort of symptoms. However, obviously, like people have said, you can be asymptomatic, which means that you don't have any symptoms, but you are a carrier. So I'm just sort of doing my part based on what the government is saying and sort of following their guidelines. So I think for the majority of the world, you're either social distancing, self-isolating if you have symptoms, or you're in complete lockdown like some countries. The UK isn't in lockdown at the moment, although based on some people's behaviours I don't think we're far off that. However, I won't go into that because I'll get into a rant. It's really frustrating me at the moment, but that's another story. So yeah, at the moment I'm just doing my part. So I am social distancing. Like I said, don't have any symptoms, so I'm not really self-isolating. It's just me and my partner and the cats in the house, so I don't really have any sort of kids or anything to worry about. As far as work is concerned, I finished work on Tuesday. I am fortunate enough where my employer is still allowing us to work from home, so I have a laptop at home where I'm working at the moment. So obviously Monday through to Friday from my normal hours, which I would usually work at 8 AM until 4 PM. I am working from home on my laptop, still doing my normal thing. Obviously I don't have the commute, which, you know, saves me a bit of time, but it's a bit different when you have to go into work and you're able to socialise and just sort of sat here on my own, but I'll deal with that for the time being. This is only a temporary solution, so yeah. So yeah, that's working from home. I do still get up at my normal hours, so about 6 o'clock in the morning, and I'm using that time to go running. So before anyone's awake or anything like that, I usually nip out for a run when it's very quiet and when there's not very many people around, just to sort of get it done. So in that respect, my run streak is still going. I think I'm nearly at day 140. I think I'm at 138, something like that. I'm losing track of days and where I'm at in my run streak, but yes, rest assured my run streak is still continuing until the time where I'm not able to do it, whether that's we go into lockdown and we're not really allowed to go out running, which I don't think will. Not that I don't think lockdown will happen, I think that will happen at some point, but I don't think they'd lock us down to the point where we weren't allowed to go out and exercise. So I think as far as that's concerned, my run streak would still continue. However, if I started exhibiting any sort of symptoms, I'm not sort of one that will break the rules and just go out anyway. On top of the fact that most of the symptoms that you get for COVID, I don't think you really want to run with those anyway. So yeah, if I do get sick, I will be self-isolating and the run streak will be done. Until then, I will still continue to go out in the early hours of the morning to sort of get that ticked off. I'm not really doing anything too strenuous. I'm keeping it above my minimum distance, which is 2 miles at the moment. But I'm keeping it sort of pretty easy pace and usually doing around 2 to 3 miles depending on how I feel. As most of us will know, or if you're not aware, when you run hard and when you run long, it can lower your body's immune system for a period of time after you run. So I don't see the point in going out and doing really hard sessions like interval sessions or long runs or anything like that at this stage. Just to keep my body as healthy as possible and to make sure that I don't really pick anything up. Other than taking my runs easy, I am using CurraNZ at the moment. This is a supplement that I've been taking for years, mostly for sports supplement, but it is a health and fitness dietary supplement. I will read you a couple of bits of information about this, but I have been taking this, like I said, for years, usually around race time, but as of recently, I would say from the start of this year and maybe a couple of months before this year, I have been taking them daily, just because of the health benefits of it. I will read you some of the benefits and then I'll leave some links down in the description along with a code to get 25% off if you are interested in maybe trying them out. But for health, it builds immunity. There are antiviral properties in there. It increases your energy, makes exercise easier, burns more calories. It's got benefits for cardiovascular health and allows you to stay sharper. In terms of sport, which is what I used to use it for years ago, but now I've started taking it daily. It can accelerate your recovery, so in terms of things like races, I was taking them a couple of days before the race and then 2 capsules on the day of the race, just 2 hours before the race, and the benefits afterwards in terms of like recovery and lack of DOMS and just more energy during the race, I was getting a lot of benefits from. So I do believe in the product and I wouldn't recommend to take anything if I didn't wholeheartedly believe in the product, and I do in these, and the people that work for the company are fantastic as well, so I definitely recommend these, but this is what I've been taking at the moment. So other than accelerating recovery, it can improve your endurance, it can reduce fatigue, it can boost muscle function, and it can increase fat burning. There are research. It's all on the website if you wanted to find out more information. I'm not saying that you should go and buy this, I'm just letting you know that I am taking them and I have been taking them daily for months. But yeah, if any of you are interested in finding out about the research that's been done with the blackcurrants, New Zealand blackcurrants, I'll leave their website down below, which has absolutely tons of information on the research that's been done, the benefits from taking CurraNZ, things like that. I'll leave that below. But yeah, that's just what I'm taking, and I do have a code that I'll leave down below as well. Other than easy running and taking these, I'm not really doing much else other than self-isolating. So like I said, I work 8 until 4 during the day, and then I don't go out at all really, unless absolutely necessary, which is usually for a weekly food shop. And even then we sort of keep it very brief and just get the essentials that we need. No need for panic buying, please, for God's sake. I just buy the essentials and then we get home and we sort of wipe everything down, and I'm just trying to keep everything pretty clean. In terms of Philip, my partner, he is a key worker, so he works for food manufacturing, so he's out of the house quite a lot at the moment. Especially with the amount of people that are going into self-isolation and things like that. So yeah, it's pretty testing times at the moment, but we will all get through it. Yeah, that's sort of my update on what's going on. I hope you are all well and staying safe. Please follow your government's guidelines. They're there for a reason, and they're there to try and keep as many people safe and well as possible. But yeah, I will, like I said, be having regular uploads from next week, so keep an eye out for that. If you have any video suggestions of things that you might want me to cover that you think might be important, especially during this time, then leave those down below as a suggestion. I was thinking of maybe doing a video on my favourite YouTube channels for workouts, things that I use for workouts, down below for people that might not be able to run but are able to do workouts and stuff inside their house. So if you'd like to see that, then leave a comment down below. But like I said, any suggestions of videos that you'd like to see, leave them down below and I'll be sure to do a video on them. But yeah, I would say have a great weekend and week whenever it is that you're watching this, but at the moment it's hard to do that. We've just sort of got to keep strong and just keep going, and we will get through this. But yeah, I will see you again next week in my next video. Bye.